Okay, so hello and welcome back. So we're taking a look today at the Napoleon II trailer, and we're going to be watching it through once, and then I will give more historical context at the end as we rewatch the video and pause and all this stuff. If there is music during the video, I will have to mute it, so I have turned on closed captions, so just so you're aware, all right? Well, let's get to it then.
General, we are discovered. Good.
Wait! Nice! It's a trap! Retreat!
Probably the Battle of Austerlitz.
I'm not built like other men. Those in power only see me as a brute, unfit for higher office.
Probably Napoleon in Italy is what I'm
But I follow
assuming.
in
We
the
got
footsteps
Egypt.
of
That's
Alexander
good.
the Great and Caesar.
You'll see a surprise. Once you see it, you will always want it.
I must warn you, I will not lead a second in command. I will win by fire. I am destined for greatness.
Marie Antoinette's death and his crowning.
I found the crown of France in the gutter and placed it atop my own head.
Be great. You are nothing without me.
I believe I speak for all of us. We will all sleep again without this vermin.
Whose country are we in?
And we have Waterloo.
Mine.
Okay, so let's break this down more thoroughly. All right, so starting off, it's a Ridley Scott movie. He can make very good movies like Alexander, and he can make some not so historically accurate movies like Kingdom of Heaven, which is still very good on the costume design, but the story and the historical accuracy of that movie is all over the place. So, what we see from Napoleon is good right now, at least from what I am seeing. However, let's go through this. So, taking a look here, we are looking at probably the Battle of Austerlitz in the first little section here. Just move stuff out of the way so I can actually pull up some of my notes here. So, this is the Battle of Austerlitz, more than likely in 1805. Okay, Napoleon won this battle pretty spectacularly, and really what we're seeing here is the aftermath of the enemy Austrian and I believe Russian army falling back through the ice and then being shot. Reports vary on how many people actually died falling through the ice, but it still did happen. And then it's looking like here we're either seeing Napoleon on Corsica, or this could be, I believe, around the Marseille area in France, where Napoleon actually got his first real command and was able to take the city and force the British to leave a part of France that they had occupied. And really, it was Italian campaign, so early 1790s. Past that, again, if he's actually fighting here, that would probably make it Italy. And then we're going to jump forward here to Egypt. So Egypt was 1798 to 1801. So just some perspective on here. His actor, I already can tell you they're doing a whole bunch of facial stuff on him to make him look younger here, okay? But let's just go back. Does that man, if this is in fact what I think it is in Italy, does he look 23 there? Because that's how old Napoleon was when he was actually doing his Italian campaign. He was 23. Now, if we take it to Egypt, okay, he's in his mid 20s now, like late 20s, almost 30s. Again, we're in Egypt, 1798 to 1801. and his Egyptian campaign is where he's found the Rosetta Stone, so that's where we get that from. He's looking at some mummies, which is, he did, I'm assuming. And also, one of his pretty worst defeats, actually, in Egypt, where he left basically his entire army behind back for France. So Egypt did actually not go very well for him, and what he thought it would. And then we have Josephine and Napoleon here, and then we have some scenes of him in France, probably Versailles. We have him sailing. We have his Imperial Guard over here, which, again, I am not a Napoleon wargamer, so I can't tell you which regiment they are in. I just can tell you that they're Old Guard. That's about as far as my extent knowledge on them goes. And we also see the scene here of Marie Antoinette being killed or executed by guillotine. Again, this would take place in October 16th, 1793. I don't believe he was there, but he was in the city. And again, I don't think he looks... Again, if they're trying to keep the same character throughout, which I don't know how this movie's going to be structured, because if we're coming all the way back from at least 1793 from when we see him here, all the way to Waterloo, which is what we did see at the very end of there, that's the majority of his entire life. And it's what, a 2-3 hour movie? Probably 3 hours. Let's give Ridley Scott some credit there. Probably 3 hours. It's still a massive amount to condense, right? I actually have you can go watch the Waterloo, my reaction breakdown, whatever you want to call it, on this channel. The actual movie Waterloo was just about Waterloo, and that movie was around 2.5 some hours. So we're going to be covering a lot of history here, and I hope they adapt it pretty well, but I don't know, considering it's a lot. Then we skip forward to him crowning himself on December 2nd, 1804, and what was very shocking about this was, one, the Pope was supposed to crown him, and then he crowned himself. 2, he then crowned Josephine, which you were not supposed to do. Not in this time, not on the same day. You're supposed to apparently do it afterwards. There's a certain thing around that. So that was a very good... Well, he broke tradition there. Probably a good thing. He was known for doing such things. And then we are in some battle with him leading... we're in some battle with him leading cavalry men. I really can't tell you. He did personally lead stuff when he was younger. The older he got, in his mid-30s and into his 40s, he did that way less, until really his Battle of France in 1814. And that's when he really started to get back into it there. So we have some of his hussars here. I'm assuming this is Moscow. Yes, this is Moscow. So we're already going into his Russia campaign there. And then I guess he's dictating terms after his abdication surrender to diplomats, I'm assuming, or trying to. He was stalling for time at this point. This was right before the Battle of France. And then we have Waterloo. This is nothing else but Waterloo. The British are lying down in some fortifications, which they didn't really have there. Yeah, this is 100% Waterloo at that point. So I don't really know how to feel about this movie. Of course, I'm going to watch it. I'm excited for Napoleon. In my opinion, Ridley Scott is a very good director when he has very much historical hope and he actually listens to them. But that may not be the case all the time. Maybe not even for this movie. In my opinion, Napoleon looks way too old to be doing all of those roles. Probably. Might help to have a French actor, but yeah, they don't do that either. But he does not look as young as he should be. He had flowing hair when he was in his 20s, and then by his 40s, we all know what he looked like. The wars did really ravage him pretty badly. So I am cautiously optimistic about this movie, and I hope you all guys are. So let's see. I don't think there's anything else to see. Oh, yes. He was 46 at Waterloo, so right here. And the first time we will see him is in Italy. He will be 23. So that's just how many years that this movie is trying to cover, which is insane. That's over 23 years they're trying to cover in just this one movie, which is why I'm cautiously optimistic. All right, so hope you guys learned something here. And then I shall put up my first reaction video to Napoleon somewhere up here. and you guys go watch that. All right. Hope you guys are having a nice day. I'll see you later.